This is Friendly D&D. My name is Shepherd Knightley. Welcome to the channel. This channel is for parents, cool uncles, older siblings, teachers, anyone who's looking to play Dungeons & Dragons with kids and looking for tips on how to implement that at the family table or in the classroom. As a parent of 3 happy and healthy children who have been playing Dungeons & Dragons since preschool, and as a functional life skills teacher, these are my top reasons on why your child should be playing Dungeons & Dragons and the benefits they're going to get from playing Dungeons & Dragons.
So why should your kids be playing Dungeons & Dragons? Here's reason number 1. Social and emotional learning. So what teachers call SEL. Social emotional learning is the idea that you have social skills and you have emotional skills, and those skills are learnable. Most people can learn organization. Most people can learn task initiative. So, and a lot of those things can be learned within the guise of Dungeons & Dragons. So Dungeons & Dragons, what it teaches is it teaches a person how to play the role of someone else. That helps you see from someone else's perspective. That helps you break free of the labels and the identity that you have yourself. That creates a bond with you and the fellow players, with the DM, the parent typically, and the child, that you guys are connecting in a way that it's not a normal way of connecting. You guys are connecting in a social, emotional way that is really unchained from your guys' typical relationship. So that's number 1, is this really is a great tool socially and emotionally for everyone, but specifically for children who have this ability to get in the character and to share their feelings and to really escape into someone else's body for a moment. And by doing that, they may show you a lot of things of what they're going through, or share with you their philosophy they're not able to share in just words, and express themselves. And that's such a healthy thing and a beautiful thing. So that's number 1. Number 2 is there's a big difference between quantity time and quality time. Sitting on your iPhone while your kid watches TV is quantity time. You can spend hours doing that and not bond in any way. You've just spent time together. You two just are 2 kids pretty much that have 2 electronic babysitters. That's all that's happening. Now that's not to knock parents who do that. We all depend on TV and electronics every once in a while. But statistics, studies show, and I'm not going to get into all of it even though I could, many studies and research show that it's better to spend 2 good hours with a kid throughout the week than 18 hours with the kid throughout the week. Most of the time, the kid is not spending time with you because they're at preschool or school or doing all these activities, and you may be having dinner. Okay, capture that moment. Just play at dinner. Play a quick 20-minute, 10-minute session, whatever you can do, and spend that quality time. And Dungeons & Dragons can be quality time because you are engaged and they are engaged. And the TV is put off and the iPhone is put away, and you're not necessarily engaging as parent and child. And that's super important, that to kind of break that role of being parent and child, be DM and player, or player and player, or player and DM. If the kid wants to be DM, that's great also. And engage in time that's quality time. And the child's going to grow from that. As awesome as 5th edition is in streamlining and simplifying the game, and as much effort as I put into simplifying and streamlining 5th edition even more, there's no going around that Dungeons & Dragons is going to teach math. It's going to teach all that great nerdy stuff. It's going to teach math. It's going to teach note-taking. It's going to teach problem-solving. It's going to teach task initiation. It's going to teach memory and teamwork and so many skills, so many things that help a kid at school, so many things that help someone at work, so many things that help in peer-to-peer relationships. To add on to that, Dungeons & Dragons is a very literature-rich game. There's a lot of words in the game. There's a lot of speaking in the game. There's a lot of written word. There's this thought that people need to get out of their head that somehow reading Harry Potter or Judy Blume novels or Captain Underpants, anything that's like not good literature is going to like taint the mind of the child. So let me set that straight as someone who's a teacher, someone who is very experienced in this field. Reading is good for kids. My last reason for why every kid should play Dungeons and Dragons, or at least should have the opportunity to play Dungeons and Dragons, and maybe the most important reason for any kid to play Dungeons and Dragons, is because D&D is fun. Kids should have fun. That's how a kid's going to learn. So there's a lot of science in it. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into all the jargon, but there's something called the zone of flow. There's struggle, and there's anxiety, and there's boredom, and then there's that happy medium right in between where a child meets the right amount of struggle, the right amount of difficulty, mixed with the right amount of being able to reach that goal. And that's when they're in a state of flow. Getting your child in the state of flow is the fastest way to get them on moving towards success and productivity, happiness, and health. Okay? That it is healthy for your mind and consciousness to be able to focus on the now and not worry about the past and not worry about the future. And you may not think that your kid worries about those things, but they do. We forget, because we're adults now, and we have these big problems, how big those little problems seem to little people. And being able to be in a comfortable space, a safe space with you as a parent, with their family, at something like the dining table, and just having fun, that's so healthy. That's like an exercise for their happiness muscle. So to recap, the reason why you should play Dungeons & Dragons with your kids is because it'd make you the coolest parent ever, and it'd make your kid more happy, more successful, healthy mentally and cognitively, and it would just allow them to be someone else for a moment and allow them to have fun. I have other videos on this topic. I get more in the specifics of how to roll the game, how to GM the game, character creation, all those things. But right now, I'd just like to know if you guys have any comments, any tips, any questions, or just simply what are your guys' thoughts on if kids should be DM and like how early do you start? I started really young. I think my twins were 2 when I started. When do you guys think kids should start playing Dungeons and Dragons, or at least some version of it? You can leave a comment below. You can email me at shepherdknightley@gmail.com. And if you want more content like this, if you want to see more videos on how to GM a table for a family-friendly game, then you can subscribe to this channel. All right? And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Salute! Crisp, what was he saying?
Crispy, crunchy, tender, flaky crust.
Say it again? Nailed it. And people who share and part of the... Before I get into why I believe that everyone should be playing Dungeons & Dragons, even preschool kids, first let's get into this. This channel is for if you're a parent or anyone like myself who's been on it. Sorry about touching the mic.